Margaret awoke, startled, a cold sweat clinging to her. She gathered her thoughts. Aged wood creaked, echoing through the quiet rooms. Near the house stood a shrine to Rhea Dana, goddess and daughter of the land, of Rhea and a being of comfort. Margaret sought answers. But the goddess did not speak. There was only the faint whisper of something dark, something hungry. The old seer's bones felt the weight of their age as she climbed. The only thought on her mind, has it begun again? John's mission would be a simple one. He was to investigate Rhea's greatest shrine. His mother presented him with a fresh divinity shard. From his brother came a newly sharpened sword. His wife gave him a kiss, and his daughter's hugs were full of reason to return home safe. Rhea, a land long forgotten, a place of unimaginable beauty. It first appeared as sludge given life, slithering creatures, small and vile. a wall, impeding further progress. A battle was certain. Banished by light itself, the corruption abated, leaving the shard cold in hand, dark, in need of life. The shard grew warm, humming softly from the harnessed energy. Before him was now one more dangerous than those that came before. Goblins, a familiar threat, albeit farther out than usual. Inherently violent and ill-bathed, the goblins were an unfocused but constant threat. Magnificent but dangerous, a land of love found and of love lost. Before him was sacred ground, left untouched in days gone by. Remaining calm and collected, the shock of his heart-skipping beats was concealed in expert fashion. Before him stood Linda, his eldest daughter, with bow and quiver at the ready. determined to do her part. Before the Guardians were not beasts feeding, but monsters consuming, destroying others. They corrupted and distorted, creating even more hungry husks. Both father and daughter gathered their thoughts, their hearts heavier than before. How would they explain what they had witnessed? The ancient tree had been cut down. Together, father and daughter described the horror, the creatures dripping with decay that slithered into bodies stuck between life and death to bolster their ranks. Grandma Margaret confirmed what they all feared. It was the corruption, a cruel entity spoken of only with hushed voices, an ocean of darkness that flowed from the top of Mount Morta. And the Bergsons' duty was to stand against this devouring deluge of death. Kevin was also eager to do his part in the family's fight, especially when his older brother Mark was off somewhere. He was as much a guardian of their mountain home as any of them. She stood. If they were to reach the summit and destroy this evil, as the Bergsons of old had done in the past, they would need the assistance of the sanctuary. Given to the Bergsons by Rhea herself, the sanctuary was a gateway to the mysterious lands around the mountain. Margaret pointed to the huge crystal at the center of the den, revealing their next task: to activate it and open the way to the source of the corruption. And once Rhea's 3 spirits are gathered on the grounds, the only gate to the top of Mount Morta will open in this chamber. By himself, or with the assistance of those who loved him, John needed to gather the 3 spirits from their lands. Without them, he would not be able to stem the flow of the corruption.
Halls of Anaidiah must be here, for she needs to be found.
A celestial shard chipped directly from the ancient crystal in the sanctuary. It would be the Bergsons' lifeline, a tether to pull them back home before death's fateful whisper. Filling the winding tunnels of the silk-covered caves, the acrid taste of poison lingered in the air. Spiders. Linda told herself it was only target practice. As she readied her bow, they must find the spirit deep within the caves. The Bergson began to slip away, wondering if this was death. It was warmer than they expected. They gasped for air as the celestial shard brought them back, a sensation no hero could become accustomed to. As she heard John and Linda describe their foray, thoughts rushed through Margaret's head. The corruption had amplified the creature's wickedness, and no longer were they part of the harmony of the Rhea. With the new threats looming, Margaret asked Ben to prepare his workshop. He would have to take charge of enhancing the warrior family's weapons and armor. Uncle Ben reached out to the familiar warmth of the forge. If they were to reach the top of Mount Morta, their equipment would need to be of the highest quality. She knew where it was coming from. Her ancestors had spoken of such corruption flooding down the mountain. But Grandma Margaret wanted to know what it was, and what needed to be done to destroy it. When light faded from the sky and most were fast asleep, Mary would write about her family, immortalizing them for future generations. Kevin's need to help all began when his elder brother Mark left the house. His brother was strong, making any near him feel safe. He left Kevin. Though Uncle Ben knew what his nephew needed, a focal point for his aspirations. Lucy could spend hours with paper and pencil, giving life to objects she witnessed in the clouds, drowning herself in her own world, a place empty of life's trials and tribulations, away from Grandma Margaret, who was always insisting that she continue to practice her other specialty. A mother away from her child would cause worry even in the best of times. And this was far from the best of times. It had been more than a year since Mark, Mary's eldest son, had gone to live in the monastery deep in the forest. The same forest was now the source of such worrying news.
he's back. Tell a friend. Okay. Sorry about that wait, guys. I had my set going. This was free on the Xbox Game Pass, which I do have when it comes to monthly Xbox subscription. Guys, I know I'm not very good at this. It's been even longer since I have Oh man, I hate those bats. I would gladly fight anything except for those bats. So, first impressions of the game. It definitely feels like it's going for an old school RPG style game. Like you would have seen in the early thousands, maybe the 90s. What I immediately thought of when I started the game, especially the combat, was Forgotten Realms. And how those games were just really, I don't want to say easy, because they definitely had their challenges, but less complex than was needed, if that makes sense. Probably not. That's okay. They didn't have all the bells and whistles of the newer games. How about that? And that really made it this nostalgic feeling. So right now I'm just kind of going through and learning a bit more about the game's mechanics and trying to progress through some of the storyline. Honestly, I want to pretty much achievement hunt while I'm waiting to get Elden Ring at the end of the month. I am not part of the Twitch streaming revenue things, so I kind of have to get games when I can. Can't afford it. So I decided on Elden Ring I would wait until I had the cash at the end of the month, because that's when we get paid now. But I'm no longer working. No, I'm still not working, but I do have an eBay store, so I guess that's kind of that's my job. That and being a mom right now. That's my job. But I just so happen to have the night off. The little one is hanging out with her dad. Avoid those spikes. So while the little one is hanging out with her dad, I figured let's have some fun. Oh, snap.
Pilgrims, once lost in cavern mazes, were now trapped. Their poor families forever looking forward to a return that will never happen.
Is this when I'm gonna come into the boss spider? Please don't tell me. I hate spiders. Can I not loot these dead bodies? I can't loot the dead body. Oh, yeah. I bet you anything that's a spider cave. I can't go out, can I? I can. What is that? Is that a save point?
Energy flowed around the room. Before the hero, an object of the divine.
Cool. Fine object. Thank you. That's perfect. You know what? I'm just gonna go in. Also, yeah, if you want to catch, maybe you've missed the first half of the stream with some of the storylines. I'm going to have this video up on my YouTube. Just transfer it over as long as my laptop actually works tonight, so you can catch any of the storyline that you may have missed. Just know that for the first part of this, I do not have my microphone. And honestly, I'm just hoping everybody can hear me.
The halls of Anea Daya, so mesmerizing in their magnificence, were to be found at the end of a long road. And a hero never knows what is waiting them at the end of a road. Moving is more important than reaching.
Score. Okay. So this is good to know. There's a lot more depth to this game than I thought there would be. Which I'm honestly loving. I like games with more of a storyline to it. I remember from past streams, people always say to stream as if somebody's watching. I am currently the only one watching, so. I love finding these little pots that I can smash. Health potions are actually harder to come by in this game than I thought. I mean, sure, during the opening number there were quite a few of them, but that was the opening number. Now, not so much. Need another health potion here. Drop me a health potion, or get out of my way. Oh, don't help me, get out of my way. Okay. What did I find here? You know what? I will go in that after I have cleared this. I think the divine thing you're supposed to deal with too, right? Divine obelisks. Let's see. Ooh. It's so pretty. It did not heal me. Thank you. Goodbye. That's fine. Oh! I got some healing there. Not enough. Oh. I really need more healing. I mean, I'll take it. I ain't gonna complain. At the same time. Oh, that's fine. Fine. Definitely collect all the gold. Although I don't think it's technically called gold. I don't think the currency in this game is gold. But I don't really care. Okay. I mean, obviously I do care. Okay, let's upgrade. Is this the one I'm currently using? I think that's the one I'm currently using. Woohoo! And I got an achievement! Unus Pro Omnibus. For unlocking a lot of family traits, I guess? Oh, my second family trait. I don't know. You know what? Let me look at that. Yes, it is for unlocking 2 family traits. Okay, make sure I pick up all the gold.
As always.